In weightlifting, we're imposing stress on our muscle fibers. We're moving resistance across joints to create a desired effect. So, the desired effect is that we have an adaptation, an adaptation response more specifically, so that our body becomes more resilient. It not only becomes more resilient, the adaptation response will also create a different look in the muscle fiber. Okay, so the muscle fiber is going to break down and then it's going to rebuild itself through recovery, and it's going to be denser and stronger. So that's essentially what we're doing when we're lifting weights or doing any type of strength and resistance. Okay, we're imposing stress on our bodies, and then our body adapts and responds, and that's what we want. We want to have a specific response. This is why weight is relative. As long as you're creating mechanical tension, time under tension with that weight, with that resistance on your muscle fibers, then it's going to adapt and it's going to respond over time, especially if you're implementing what they call progressive overload. Okay, so progressive overload just means that you're creating more mechanical tension over time and more metabolic stress. Okay, so that's why our muscles respond and look denser, fuller, bigger sometimes. Depends on what the muscle group is, but that's one of the reasons our body gets toned. That's one of the reasons we get that toned look, which is a look that some people want to achieve when they're lifting weights. That's the whole goal. So weight is completely relative. It doesn't really matter how much weight you're pushing as long as you're creating time under tension. And as long as you're creating mechanical tension and enough tension that a response occurs. Okay? And when you get good at connecting your mind to the muscles that you're working, you'll know when you're creating enough mechanical tension, because you'll feel it. You'll feel the pumping effect, you'll feel the burning sensation in your muscle fibers, and you're going to create mechanical tension, you're going to create time under tension, and you're going to have that adaptation. Okay, so don't worry so much about how much weight you're pushing. Worry more about connecting to the muscle group that you're working, the intended muscle group that you're working, and creating enough tension to create a response. Until next time.